Well, hello everybody, or anybody. Nobody here at the minute. Just me, just us chickens. I'm sure somebody will join me very soon. Oh yes, hi Jill. You stopped me from talking to myself. Thank you very much. I was beginning to think it was going to be one of those evenings. Hi Ethan. Not doing too bad considering I got wet through again today. I just hope it will. No, I often talk to myself, Linda. You know, I get some really good answers. I do that, yeah. Hi, Addy. Oh, thank you, Ethan. Oh, dear. Hey, I don't know. It was a horrible, horrible day again. Hi, Craft Angel. Hi, Chrissy. Absolutely persisting down. I nearly said something rude then, but I thought I won't. Right, let me just adjust my camera. Sorry if I make you feel dizzy. Yeah, I went shopping today and oh gosh, the weather's been terrible. I mean, my niece will be busy next week, so luckily I got a lot of stuff in today food-wise. I can't get the bread and things like that, but I've got some like local shops I can pop to on my scooter. With my umbrella and whatever I got, you know. Oh, hello, 9-year-old girl. Hi there. Oh dear, we've had quite an eventful week here in Prestwich this week. I think earlier in the week we had a chappie run over and the bloke disappeared. Hit and run it was. Oh, hi Bonnie. And then later this week somebody got run over by the bin man. Oh, hi, who knows? Oh, snow, Linda. Oh, I hope we don't get snow. Although my son works where he would be responsible for sending out the gritters. So he will be on call from now until whenever because of the gritter situation. So I'm supposed to be going to his house on Boxing Day. And he said, yeah, well, if I'm there, Mum, you know, if I get called out to do the gritting, I don't know where I'll be. So that's not nice, is it? Because he usually picks me up. And I don't think he's going to pick me up in a gritter. So, oh, hi, Donna. So it's going to be fun, isn't it? I'm definitely going out Christmas Day. But we're going to an Italian restaurant. So I'm actually having sea bream for my Christmas dinner. Which isn't quite the same as having roast turkey and all the trimmings, is it really? I'm traditional. I'm a traditionalist. But short of doing it all myself, then, you know. You're here, but you're not here because you're getting ready to drive in the car and you don't text and drive. I don't blame you. Yeah, that's a very dangerous and silly thing to do. So, no, don't text and drive. Don't even chat and drive. No, just... Yeah, a gritter is a bit like a snowplow, but what it does is it scatters sand and salt behind it. It doesn't actually plough the snow. It has like a V-shaped body on the truck, and it goes down to like a spraying thing, really. And oh, hi Irene. And if you've ever been behind a gritter, you would know about it because it grits your windscreen and it grits everywhere if you get the misfortune to get behind a gritter. Fortunately, I don't drive, and I really hope I don't get gritted when I'm in my scooter. Yeah, so next week my niece will be busy, and I've told her not to come anyway because she's got loads of things to do. And I am definitely not going to anywhere the week after because it'll be the 22nd and it'll just be manic. So I'm just going to stick locally and just get the bits and pieces that I need. I've got a freezer full of things anyway, and It's just basically bread, isn't it, and things like that that you run out of. And I can get those locally. We do have a few shops. Well, not really. We have Marks and Spencer's, yeah. Just pulling my sleeves down. Oh, it looked a bit red down there. Oh, it's brown. Oh, the salt trucks. Yeah, it's a mixture. It's not just salt. It's like salt, sand, grit. Yeah. My son won't, I don't think he'll actually be driving one, but he's responsible for making sure that they're loaded up and that they're mechanically sound, you know, to go out and grit, yeah. I finished the blue cardigan for my friend's mum that I'd forgotten I'd promised to make, but there it is. Finished it. Yay! I've also finished, oh, you can't see, can you? I've got, if I move a bit to this way, maybe you'll see it. I've got a hat there, and I've got one of these in grey, and this one's in the gold. I've not put buttons on these. I've put a brooch on to fasten this, so you can fasten it wherever you want to fasten it. Oh, hi, Michelle. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, Nancy. Oh, dear, who knows? You still got your whiplash. Arthritis is set in now from my whiplashes from years ago, so I don't like to cheer you up. I had about 3 or 4 whiplashes when I was younger. Not all at the same time, of course, obviously. And it's left me with arthritis in some of the vertebrae on my spine, which is not good. Not good. Yeah, as I say, very flash these. They don't look nice unless they're on somebody, but Ian, I haven't seen him yet. I'm sure he'll be around. Oh, and if you hear any little woofing or you hear a little patter of feet, I've got little Gigi here with me today. Hi, Kelly. Ooh. I love the shawl you've just finished, Kelly. Kelly has just finished a shawl using Claire, Bob Wilson 123's newest pattern. And it really is a nice pattern. If you haven't looked at it, go and look at her video. As usual, she has tutorials and the free patterns and everything. But Kelly's done hers in like a variety of colours. And it's on her Instagram, if you're on Kelly's Instagram. And my Instagram is still, oh, hi, Christy. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make one, Kelly. Can you remember how many grams it took for it? And then maybe I can use, you know, some of those, you know, cakes I've got. Yeah. Hi, Magali. Yeah, Claire's done hers in a single colour, but Kelly's done hers, I think, in maybe it's in a, I don't know whether it's a cake or whether she's just changed colours. I'm not sure. I'm sure Kelly will tell you in a minute what she's done, but it looks very, very pretty. I don't know whether it's on your Facebook page, is it, Kelly? But it's definitely on her Instagram, yeah. It's definitely on my list of things to do after Christmas. Oh, hi, Marsha. Is it Marsha? Yeah. Or Marsha's mum. Hi. You've got such a long name there, made by Marsha's mum. Yeah. Well, I've got to finish up the scarf. That's the yarn I use for the blue cardigan behind me, by the way. It's lovely to work up with. James C. Brett's marble double knit. They do chunky as well, which is absolutely gorgeous to work with. What I'm doing now is I'm making the woo. Well, I will be if I ever get my hook unattached. I'm making the scarf to go with the hat that's behind me. Oh, which way? Behind me there. I'm making the scarf now at the moment. I've still got one Cake of the ice cakes. That's interesting. Hi, Gray. I'll have to see what yard. I don't think it gives you yardage on the cakes that I've got. You know, the ones I got from Lolly's. I bet I'd need 2 of those, you know. I probably would only need maybe 1 or so of the, you know, the cakes, not the cakes, yeah, I've got some cakes, haven't I, from ice. Kelly goes in my stash room as much as I do, so she knows as much as I do what I've got. We're trying to unhide things. Well, Kelly's trying to unhide things. You know, I don't know where I'd be without my sidekicks. Because I'm not... I mean, I thought I was going to be in the darkness today, but my niece luckily came and changed the light bulb above my head because it pinged. I've been managing with this little light here, which is very, very pretty. I got it from Tony next door when he was moving out. He asked me, did I want it? And I thought, it's very, very pretty, that light. I'll have it. You know me, second-hand rose. I'm not proud. Well, I've more or less done all my Christmas buying. Yay! So I'm so happy that this year I'm on the ball, because last year I got very depressed and what have you got, because everything was getting on top of me. So I decided this year that I would start early, and I've still got a few things to make. Because people have requested washcloths again, because I made them about 3 years ago. And so I got a book. I'll show it you when I make another video. It's called Tunisian Washcloths. So I decided I'd be able to practice my Tunisian crochet. Oh, Kelly, not another cold. I hope you're fit for Monday. Oh, because it always goes on Kelly's chest and then she gets this barking cough like a sea lion. Oh. And unfortunately, I have a bad habit of making her laugh when she comes round. And then when she starts to laugh, she starts to cough. And then she blames me. Hi, Jenny. I'll try to be miserable on Monday, Kelly, if you manage to get here. I'll try not to make you laugh too much. I can't help it. We have such fun. When you're with such like-minded people, it's easy to laugh, isn't it? Because it's better than being miserable, isn't it, for goodness sakes. Yeah, I come with a warning note, yeah. It's pouring rain here as well. And if you're wondering where little Gigi is, he's fast asleep on my chair. He likes being on my chair. Oh, thanks, Kelly. I love you too. We're such good mates. Oh, dear. You know, the people who are the best friends with me have all like fallen into my life for from different places and different reasons. And, you know, I consider myself very lucky, really, in the fact that, you know, they just fell into my life kind of thing. And we got on so well that they've stayed in my life. And it's absolutely great, yeah. If Sue ever decides to emigrate to Scotland, I really will miss her as well. Can't be doing with that. Oh, I might be doing a live broadcast from Scotland if she gets up there one day. Oh, and I got sick of my Acer, my tablet. I mean, as my son says, it's practically vintage now. 3 years old, practically vintage. It's never been, I don't know whether it's me or whether it's, you know, Kelly says I'm just kiss of death like to anything electrical, which I am. So I've ordered a Kindle. That's my present to myself. Well, in a way, it's bought with some birthday money. So, but it's a present to myself. That's what you're supposed to do with birthday money, isn't it? Spend it on yourself. Oh, hi, Dorothy. So I'm waiting for it to arrive. It should arrive tomorrow. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Kelly comes on Monday, because she is my technical person who will link me up, because otherwise it's just going to stay in the box until somebody comes and switches me on, if you know what I mean. Oh dear. I might plug it in to make sure it's charged up, but that'll be about another lot I'll do to it. I'm hopeless. Hopeless. Electrical things come in my house to die. They really do. You know, I'm hair dryers, hair curlers, irons, whatever, phones. My phone won't work for me, and then my son will walk in and pick it up and go, "What's wrong with it? It's working. What's wrong with it?" Oh, thank you, Dorothy. And then as soon as he goes, of course, it stops working again. Oh, dear. Well, my latest plant that Sue got me is plastic, so I'm fine with that. She made me this lovely macrame. If you saw our video with myself and Sue together, she made me this lovely macrame plant holder. And she put a little plant in it, but it's a plastic one, so I can't kill that. And my son and daughter-in-law bought me a beautiful plant, but I don't know what it is. I think it's some kind of an orchid. He took the price off it, but the price also had on it what kind of plant it was, which is a lot of help again. Oh, goodness. Could do with you over here, Donna. Oh, God, I am hopeless. I mean, Zoe, you know, she called 24 karat crochet, does her best with me over the phone and over the PC. But I really need somebody just sitting by my side, telling me things in letters of one syllable, because my brain is definitely fading and I'm not retaining knowledge like I used to, yeah. Oh, you can definitely run the Hoover for me, Michelle. My niece came in today, and I told you all the light bulbs have been popping in the house all over the place. And I managed to get some light bulbs, the correct ones, from a bedroom. And I said to her, "Can you go and do them for me? Because I mean, me on the bed, I'll be all over the place." And it's a HD8, Linda, I think. Yeah. And she went in the bedroom, and I told you I'd taken all the 4 massive big boxes of crochet and put them in my bedroom to sort them out. And then I discovered I couldn't sort them out because once the curtains were drawn, I couldn't see because the lights had gone. So they're still there. So I'm like maneuvering my way through everything to get to the light, you know, to get to the curtains and back again. And it's like living in, how can I put it? One of these tiny houses with a load of clutter. But I've got light bulbs now. So that will be my task. Because I've obviously got plenty of things that are not on my Etsy, because I can't have 4 massive big boxes full of crochet. I crochet things and then I either forget to put them on Etsy, or I put them on Etsy and then they expire and I forget to renew them, and I just have a lot of stuff. Yeah, Michelle, you can come around and do all. Yeah. What I would like to do is, when I was straight, I would like to hire a cleaner to go from the top to the bottom of the house and get me straight, and then I can stay on top of it. It's just got to the stage where it's overwhelming me. No, I didn't dye it today. In fact, we were talking about dyeing it before Christmas, actually. My niece is going to take her mother shopping tomorrow, and so she said she'd pick up a colour for me because I forgot to get one at the shop today. Mel wants a new one for Christmas. Yeah, I want to just go and it'll be done. It all went to pot really when I was ill for those, 4 weeks, 6 weeks in October-ish. And all I did was sleep. And you cannot have a house and not do anything apart from the absolute basic, like washing dishes. 6 weeks in a house and it not get dusty and stuff. So I'm sort of doing it little bit by little bit, but really needs what we used to call a good spring clean, you know, a good bottoming, as they used to say. And that's got nothing to do with anybody's backside, by the way. My mother used to say she used to do the house, like clean the house, but every now and again she would do a good bottoming. And that meant she would pull everything out and she would tidy cupboards and she would do. So that's what my house needs, a good bottoming. So, because I do hoard a lot of stuff. Kelly can ascertain to that. It is a losing battle if you get it to the sort of untidy state that mine's in. I used to keep on top of it when it was fairly tidy, because when it's fairly tidy, it's quite easy to keep it nice, yeah. I do collect things. I'm just a hoarder. But I'm trying to get rid of some things, yeah. I keep slowly sending Kelly home with woolen bits and pieces. And I keep slowly sending Sue home with bits and pieces. I'm gradually emptying the house into their houses, but they haven't realised it yet. And when I meet up with Ian, we're meeting up with Ian, Kelly and I, at some stage after Christmas when all the crowds have subsided. Then I'm going to be slowly getting rid of some machine cones on Ian. But he does know about it. He does know. Yeah. Yeah, a Kindle, yeah. That's what I did. I asked my son which were the best ones, because I get very, when I'm looking at these things, and then he'll say to me things like, what on earth did you buy this for? What on earth did you buy that for? It doesn't do this, it doesn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, you'll bring your shopping trolley when we meet up with Ian, because I'll be bringing mine. Mine will be full. Ian, no, he doesn't do YouTube videos. I don't know where he is today. Come on, Ian, where are you? I don't have his phone number, so I can't send him a text to say, where are you? So I'll have to get his phone number at some stage, though. Because if we lose him in Bury, you know, we'll never find him again unless we've got text messages. That's what we did when we all met up in Manchester. We all had text messages. But the trouble is we didn't have Ian's number, so we couldn't really get a hold of him. Oh, God. Why does my lipstick always disappear into the corner of my mouth? Yeah, we will organise something, but not until I can't think until after Christmas. Anyway, I hate going when people are manic Christmas shopping. It just gets too much for me. I mean, I don't have panic attacks or anything like that, but I just get a bit, and there's too many people buzzing around me and pushing and shoving and ramming the strollers in your legs and things. Because I walk pretty slow and it really annoys everybody, because they just like ram up your back and stuff. So we're going to go when things have calmed down a bit, aren't we, Kelly? Or when I've recovered a bit from all my Christmas shopping. And I've actually got a few pennies back in the bank again. I'm full of wishful thinking, aren't I? Oh, I did my shopping online. I know people say all this, oh, you shouldn't give your trade to Amazon and people like that because they're not paying the taxes. But at the end of it all, I do what I have to do, which is order online. Yeah, the back end of January, after the sales start, just after Christmas, don't they? I don't want to be caught up in that either. I don't think Bury's as bad as Manchester for getting the sales fever, is it really? No, I'll have a bit of money left, maybe. You never know, there might be some room in my stash room by then, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I am using up a lot of things that are in my stash. I'm not buying things, although I have to say I did order a full pack, you know, like 10 100 grams of white Stylecraft double knitting today from Wool Warehouse because of all the things I've got. And I'd run out of white. You know, I can maneuver around other things, but when you need white, don't you? You can't manage with little scraggly bits when you want white. So I like to buy enough in to last me to do a few things. So, you know, you have to order enough, don't you, to cover the postage and that, because I'm a bit mean that way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking at lollies. I would love to. Yeah, Michelle, I do. I've got a full pack of black, you know, 10 100 grams of black, just plain ordinary Stylecraft. But I've used all the white up. I think I've maybe got one ball left, but that's not much good, is it? But I did sort of excuse myself for, yeah, I've not been looking, Kelly. I refuse to look at, and they had some nice things in on Kemp's. Yeah, they had some chunky and things like that, really good prices. And but I thought, no. There is no room in the stash room for any more big orders. Yeah, I've got the not Aaron Rose. I got a lot of cakes, so I've got to use up from lollies. So I'm hoping maybe, even if I have to use another colour along with it. Oh, hi, Christina. Maybe I might get one of those Bob Wilson 123 shawls out of. I've got one ball that looks a lot bigger than the other, so maybe. Oh, Armani is lovely, isn't it? Not Armani, it's Armani. I got some lovely black, like a 4-ply in the Armani. And I also got like a mustardy colour. But I decided it was more of a Sue colour, so I gave it to Sue. Some colours, when they arrive, you know, they're not quite what I thought they would be. So I think, no, not me. But definitely, sometimes I think, more Kelly. Sometimes I think, more Sue. And me. Oh, yes, we are. We're good friends. When Sue's with us as well, we're like the three amigos. Oh, hi, Beverly. Oh, no, I can't have decaf. I need that, you know, of a bit of caffeine. Yeah, my coffee's here. I need to drink it because it's gone a little bit cold. I don't mind it icy cold and I don't mind it hot, but I hate that in between. You know, when it's sort of half warm. Ooh, it's not nice, that bit. I am still trying to catch up a few videos, but I'm just failing miserably. Oh, yeah. We never stop laughing, especially with the three of us together. Not very often the three of us together, but when we're together, we have hilarious times. No, it doesn't really affect me because I actually had a coffee last night, and before I realised it was like 11:30, and I thought, oh, that was a bit of a stupid thing to do, having coffee at this time of night. And yeah, I slept like a log, yeah. So, oh, good evening, Marisa. Why can I never find the... got it. You know the loop in the last chain on your row? I always struggle. I'm making a scarf to go with Oh, I can't see it. The hat that's made there. Can't see where I'm pointing there. So I'm just making a scarf. I need something fairly simple while I'm chatting, yeah, because I can't concentrate on anything. And I've just sort of volunteered myself for making some doll's clothes for my niece's little girl. She's never wanted Dolly's clothes. She's never been a Dolly person. And all of a sudden, she's a Dolly person and she wants Dolly clothes. So we'll see what we do. Yeah, a cowl, yeah. I was supposed to be making myself something, but I'm going to wait and see because I think the family are buying me a new jacket for Christmas, like an Anoraki thing, only a bit posher. And so if I'm right, then I'll need to make myself a new hat to go with that. That's what was mentioned, and then it's never been mentioned since. So I kind of think that's what I'm getting. I'd rather the family do that, you know, that they all club together and get me something that I need, yeah. I mean, like 3-4 years ago was when I got the Acer, the tablet. But I've now decided it's going to go through a window soon if I don't buy something different. You're working on a scarf. I get bored doing scarves as a rule, but when I'm talking to everybody like that. Corner to corner scarf. I tell you what I was looking at. Bob Wilson 123 did a corner to corner in granny stitch, you know? And I thought, ooh. Yeah, I'm getting a new tablet. I've ordered it. It's coming tomorrow. It's on Amazon. It's a Kindle. It's going to be smaller than the Acer. The Acer's quite a big sort of screen, but it's not like it's going to be my main, you know, source of looking at things. It's just going to be an auxiliary. It's mainly to keep up with Instagram, because my phone is a bit on the blink with Instagram, and my Acer just hates Instagram altogether. I don't know why. It adds things. What happens is my son strips it off. It strips everything off. And then it works really, really well. And then it adds things on to itself that slows it all down. Because I definitely don't add games, stuff like that. But there's some program or some app running on this Acer that automatically kind of adds things. And then it starts to slow down and slow down and slow down. And when it gets to Instagram, it just goes on stop. So I'm hoping that this won't happen with this this Kindle. It would be nice to just take photos and post them onto Instagram like everybody else does. Which I never can. Then I'd be bombarding you all. You'd be seeing what I'm doing every day. You'd be saying, oh, God, she's posted another one. Oh, my goodness, keep the snow. I'm hoping it doesn't snow over Christmas because, you know, as I said, my son's on standby with that blooming snow gritter thing. So it'll ruin his Christmas if he has to keep going out and gritting overnight. So they're having their Christmas on the 23rd, yeah. You know, when they have all the children round, because they wanted Christmas Day to themselves. So they could just do what they wanted to do. Although, having said that, it might be on call. So I mean, for many years, actually, I did Christmas on my own. Didn't really bother me. I can't understand why people get so upset, like, you know, when they're on their own and stuff. I mean, if you know you're going to be on your own, what's all the fuss about? You just get on with it, don't you? You know, it doesn't worry me. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to my son's now, Boxing Day, because if he's on call and he's gritting, and he won't be there. But it won't worry me. I saved 2 DVDs that I got for my birthday from my niece, but I haven't watched. I'm saving those for Christmas just in case. Ephraim! Hello! Hello, 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 hello! Yeah. Yeah, Ephraim, I wonder where I got that sweater from I wore last week. I wonder where I got it from. Do you happen to know, Ephraim? I don't wear it an awful lot, to be honest, Ephraim, because it's black, and I usually have Gigi, and he's like a, well, the sweater's like a magnet for Gigi hair. Yeah. Yes, it was so stunning. I wonder where it came from, Ephraim. I think somebody might have sent it me, you know. Oh, I'm glad you're blaming Ephraim, Linda, and not me for a change. It's usually me who gets blamed when people order yarn. We've not got your yarn wife on yet today. I don't know where she is, Shan. Oh, you're driving home from work. I hope you're not texting while you're driving. Don't want you running off the road, Ephraim. We want you home for Christmas. Oh, we're all enablers. Come on. Oh, me, crochet blankets. No, Beverly, you don't know what you're asking. I hate doing blankets. Really loathe it. You might get some colour ideas when Sue starts to do her pram blankets, because she does. She puts some nice colours together. But me do a blanket, no, no. A scarf is as much as I ever do. Oh, that's good, Ephraim. I don't want you running into anything. My other phone had a talk to text, but it just went all peculiar on me. So now I have to type on. My son gave me a phone, so I've got to type on that one. Yeah, I'm sure somebody can help you, Linda. These ladies on here, I'm sure they make lots of blankets in different colours. So you'll have to put out the colours that you've got, and then say, right, ladies and gentlemen, what colours shall I put together? Because I haven't got a good eye for colour. You're talking about Sue. Sue is brilliant at putting colours together. She puts colours together, and I think, don't know whether I like them. And then she does this pram blanket or whatever, and it looks great. She's just got the right eye for doing colour combinations, but I'm pretty sort of stayed with colours unless I get an idea off a pattern, or I get an idea off somebody else's stuff that they've done on Pinterest or something like that. Well, that's a good idea. Look on Pinterest. Look at what colours they put together for the blankets on Pinterest. Oh, the cardigan behind me is for a friend's mother. I make her one every Christmas, and I'd completely forgotten that I do. And so she just said, have you got time? So I thought, oh my goodness. So it's just a plain one, and it's done in James C. Brett in the marble double knitting. You know I love James C. Brett. It doesn't look as though it changes colour here much, but it has got like little bits of green in it as well. But I do love James C. Brett. It's luckily she only wanted a plain one with pockets on, so not enough. Yeah, a lot of colour schemes on Pinterest. I get over. I have to stop going on Pinterest when I'm, you know, sort of pressed for time, because I what have you not got enough? What's not you, Glinda? I seem to have lost the thread of this conversation somewhere. If I miss a few lines, then, you know, I don't know what people are talking about. They don't match, Aoife. I just do them as they come. They don't match. If you look, they're off kilter. I'm not precious about socks. If I have that self-striping, I don't go berserk like having to get them all to match and that, like matchy. I try to get them sort of similar, but it doesn't worry me. They're in my shoes, under my trousers usually, so who the heck sees me socks anyway? My socks are not works of art. My socks are functional. They go in my shoes. But mostly they go in my boots, so nobody sees them at all. So I'm not precious about socks. In fact, I've just ordered myself 3 pairs of bed socks because I'm not knitting bed socks. They go all fluffy. I've just ordered some fleecy ones to try and keep my feet warm. When I get in bed every night, because I've got neuropathy in my feet because of my diabetes, my feet get pins and needles and they go icy cold. No, I haven't made boot cuffs. I was actually thinking of leg warmers, because if my trousers are not particularly really thick, you know, the wind sort of blows up my trouser legs when I'm going along on my scooter. So I was thinking of making myself a pair of, you know, the old-fashioned leg warmers. So, no, I can't be doing with blankets, Linda. They're too big. I lose the will to live about halfway through. You know, I might decide to start a blanket, but yeah, you see, some people do, Jenny. I don't know what people like to do. You know, I mean, some people love doing whatever, and, you know, whatever you want to do, just do it. You know, I don't think there's a hard and fast rule. I mean, some people only ever make blankets, but that's what they're happy making. So, you know, I'm not going to say to anybody, oh, what you keep making blankets for? Oh. Yeah, my feet are the same, Aoife, and I can wear them in the house, hand knitted socks, but I don't. Amy, I hope we don't get 20 inches of snow. Oh, goodness gracious me, I'd hibernate if I had 20 inches of snow. Oh, I couldn't cope. No, I do sometimes put one of my feet out. If I get too hot, I'll just put a foot out. And sometimes I wake up and I've got an arm out and then it's freezing and I have to get back under the covers again. I must be too hot in my sleep and stick an arm out or stick a leg out, you know. But they don't stay out all night. Yeah. When I sleep, I'm like a sausage roll. I sort of like roll myself up in the duvet. And when I wake up, sometimes I get a bit panicky because I can't get out of it. I can't think that England or the UK has 20 inches of snow. Yeah, I like a lot of my clothes stop here. And this bit here is cold in the evening. I need to make myself some arm warmers, really. I don't mean fingerless gloves because I don't particularly want things on my hands, but maybe half a sleeve or whatever. Yeah, the beast from the east, you know. But I don't like wind. The other night it was so windy and I'm trying to get to sleep. And yeah, I just don't like it when it howls and, you know. Oh, hi, Shad. You've got snow as well. Yeah. Yeah, I can't crochet when I've got... I mean, occasionally I have to put my arm supports on when I get a flare-up of arthritis. But I really can't crochet with them because they've got Velcro. Have you ever tried crochet with anything with Velcro on it? It sticks to everything. It really gets me cross. And I've tried those compression gloves. The first pair I got were too slack. So I got the next size smaller and they feel like a tourniquet. So I haven't quite got that bit right yet. Yeah, I don't like... most of my night dresses actually are very, very plain and they've got long sleeves. My sister-in-law's bought them me over the years and they're really, really, really plain. They're like thick, long t-shirts that go down to my toes and they've got long sleeves. And they're not very pretty at all because they're in like grey or navy blue. But they're so cozy and I love them to sleep in. Not in the summer, of course, they're too hot then. But in the winter, they're just what I need. I can't wear pyjamas. They sort of riddle up without being too specific. You know what I mean? They ride up and I wake up and they're all like twisted and so pyjamas are not for me. I've got a lovely pair of pyjamas, fleecy ones, still in the package. And I keep thinking, who's as big as me? Who wears fleecy pyjamas? I mean, Sue doesn't wear them. And I don't think that Kelly does. But anyway, Kelly did fit you twice over, so... Kelly would be walking across the landing leaving her trousers behind. Because they wouldn't stay up. That would be an unusual giveaway. Anybody want extra large pajamas? Pay your own postage if you're in America. That's only trouble. That's why I don't do giveaways. I can't afford the postage to America, and everybody's always in America. Yeah, these are like, Kelly, but they drown you. You'd be losing the trouser legs. They're like brushed stuff. They're like fleecy stuff. They're still in the package. My daughter-in-law bought me a pair that you pull over. It's got like princesses on the front, you know. A silk negligee. I used to be when in my youth. But now... You put these on, Kelly, you wouldn't have them on by the end of the night. They'd have fallen off you. My other jacket would probably fit you for a short night. Oh dear. Yeah, I've got these fleecy princess pajama things with like a sweatshirt type thing, you know. I can't do with them, they're too hot. We're all weird, yeah. Yeah, I used to wear satin strapless night dress, not strapless, shoestring strap night dresses when I was young. In fact, I think they're still in the drawer somewhere. Oh, hi, I'm Amarantidu. Well, that's right, and I just butchered the person's name. In fact, I'm thinking of wearing them as underslips now. It's an extra layer of warmth, isn't it, when you're wearing a dress? I always look for that. I look for underslips are very, very expensive. So I usually look for very cheap dresses, you know, with the shoestring straps, and I wear those as an underskirt. Because all of my dresses go down to the ground. So that's what I wear. But if you look at underskirts, long underskirts, they're about 16 to 20 pounds, yeah. Summer. Who is Summer? I don't know. I think Claire, you know, she's Australian. I think she can get Red Heart. But she used to be an ambassadress for them at one stage, for Red Heart. I don't know who's Red Heart ambassadress now. Summer's Tips and Stitches, I don't know her. Is she a knitter or a crocheter? Oh, the postage is... Oh, I used to wear high heel slippers as well, yeah, but I don't anymore now. Age has got to me, and bad knees and bad hips has got to me. Yeah, I like crochet channels, pure crochet channels. Nearly everybody that I watch who crochets all drifted into knitting socks now, and I find that extremely boring. I watch crochet channels, not... nothing wrong with knitting. If you want to knit, watch. But I don't... there's only so many sock knitting channels you can watch. I've got some beautiful sock yarn still. Hunter Kelly that we got in Countess of Blaze. But I need to find a shawl pattern or something to do with them. Because I refuse to put £20 yarn in a pair of socks. I refuse. It just goes against the grain to put such lovely yarn in a pair of socks. And I've got that thick yarn I got from there that's got a bit of sparkle in it. I call it Lurex, other people call it Stellina. That I need to make a hat with. I think I've got 200 grams of it. Beautiful yarn it is. Might make a hat and a neck warmer. Yes, what's about over a year, is it? Nearly 2 years since I bought that. And it's still there, still untouched. I'm like that if I get really, really nice yarn. I just look at it and keep patting it, you know. Thinking, oh, it's too nice to use. I don't know whether anybody else is like that. When you get something really, really expensive and really, really nice. Did you use yours up, Kelly, that you bought? Oh, I've got an itchy back. I don't think Sue used hers up either. I hope you didn't make socks with yours, Kelly. That's sacrilege. When are you going to get some more? You're making socks with it. Oh God, it's such lovely yarn. Oh. When are you going to be able to get some more yarn to dye, Kelly? Both Kelly and I have ordered a new shawl book. It's a brand new one. It's not out until... It might be out in America because they always seem to get them before we do. We've both ordered the same book, funnily enough. I think that's shawls. You know me, I have to have every new book that comes out. That's why I've got such a huge, huge library. And that's why I'm so poor. I cannot pass a crochet book. Although I did get a crochet book bought for my birthday from Ian. And I actually didn't have it, which is strange. So he managed to pick the one book I didn't have. Oh, my back. Where's my back itching? Oh, hello, G-Man. Or G-Man, whatever it is. Yeah, I've got a shawl pattern, I think I told you, Kelly, that needs 2 different colours. So I need to find another colour to go with one of the colours I've got. I need to take it out of the bag. No, I don't live in the US, love. I live in the UK. A lot of people on here do live in the US, but not me. Yeah, I need to pick your brains, Kelly. I've got a crochet top that I made in this really bright green. And when I washed it, you know, I always wash things before I put them on Etsy. It sort of went, the green went a bit strange in different places. And it looks kind of a little bit patchy. So I was going to say, how difficult would it be to like dye it? I've only ever dyed things in the machine before. And it seems a bit drastic just for one little sweater. I think it needs to be dyed. I don't know. I've probably got that book actually, Jenny. I forget what I've got. Hi, Evie. I've got an itchy nose. No, it's cotton. It's 100% cotton, Kelly. I'll show it you when I see you. That's what made me think about how often do I live stream? Usually every Saturday, unless it's holiday or I'm away or everything. Hi, Rebecca. That'd be great, Kelly, because I'll show it you and you can see what I mean. It's actually a very, very bright green anyway. Oh, hi, Isaac. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Dexter. Oh. Yeah, over dyeing it would be a great idea because it's kind of a bit... I don't know why it looks a bit of a yellowy green in places. And all I did was wash it and... the dye kind of went patchy, so I'm glad, really. I need to pull it off my my Etsy shop until... Oh, hi, Dawn. Until it's sorted, because I'm really not happy to sell it like that. I'm a bit of a can't get the word out, perfectionist. If it's not good enough for me, then I wouldn't dream of selling it, if you know what I mean. I mean, I've got some lovely baby dresses that are crocheted at the top and they've got fabric at the bottom, but I don't like the way that they're joined together. You know, where they fasten onto the waistband. I did put some ribbon on it, but my hand stitching isn't good. And hi, Christina. And I just don't like the way it's sewn. That's for a friend of mine's mum. I just finished it off. Sewed the buttons on it today. Believe it or not, in all the hundreds and hundreds of buttons I had in the garage, I didn't have any blue ones to match it. So I had to wait for the buttons to arrive. Anyway, they arrived yesterday, so I finally managed to get them stitched on. I made 6 little kiddie hats. And they've got like little stuffed motifs to go on the brim. So I need to sew those on. I'm really, really bad at finishing things off. Yeah, you call it. My mother used to say that I had eyes like I don't know what. She said, you see things that other people don't see. She said I'd have made a living on a production line, you know, finding things with bits of strings hanging off them or not being right, yeah. If I don't like the way things are finished off, then I just won't sell them. Like I say, I've got these lovely well, I think they're lovely anyway, baby dresses, but I don't know quite how to deal with it unless I take the stitching out and try to be a bit neater. But I just don't feel happy putting my name to them, you know. When I see some things sometimes for sale and I think, oh, God. You know, where the buttons are not lined up and things like that. And I'm like, I wouldn't put those up for sale. It would drive me mad. I think that's why it takes me so long to finish things off, like sewing buttons on and that. I can put buttons on and take them off and put them back on again about 2 or 3 times until they hang right. And I have to make sure my buttons are even, that there's the same number of stitches between each buttonhole. On eBay, no, people don't want to buy crochet things on eBay. They just want things for really cheap, yeah. I could make a good living if I actually sold some of my crochet patterns, but I won't part with them. And I refuse to photocopy them, like some people do. You know, I could probably make money if I photocopied them and put them on as a photocopy, but I won't do that. Tell you what I saw the other day on eBay. I got the latest copy of Inside Crochet, like this month's. And already on eBay, somebody was selling like photocopies of the patterns. And I'm thinking, you know, no, that's not right. You know, that is really going against copyright. But it's not even an old, I mean, I can understand it if it's a vintage pattern and, you know, people can't get it anymore. Oh, hi, Nicole. Yeah, there's some nice, I haven't done a video this week, actually. Sue came, but she was in such a flying hurry on baby was born. Which baby are we waiting for, Linda? You're not done a jumper yet. If you pick a very, very simple pattern, or if you choose a tutorial off YouTube where they show you. Yes, Sue is always had that on the cards about moving to Scotland. It's her ambition, and she'll do it, that one day she'll retire and she'll go and live in Scotland. But I keep hoping that it's not for a while yet. Hi, Shalene. I'm fine, thank you. G-Mando, I don't do tutorials. I don't have the right equipment. I have a camera that blurs. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that Sue doesn't decide to go for a while. But I know it's on the cards that one day she'll leave me. She'll go live in Scotland. But if people have got that, I mean, she's always said that right from my very first knowing her. But, you know, as her partner gets closer to retirement age, he's older than Sue, by the way. She's not as old as that. You know, I start getting a bit worried. She's going to start selling her house and start moving. Oh, thanks, Shalene. Yeah, it's a cardigan for my friend's mum. She usually has one every year. It's not a gift from me. Her daughter pays me to do it. I'm not that wealthy. I can afford to gift all things to people. Do you know, this wool is strange. It started off at the beginning of the ball with like brown, woolly, thready bits in it. Well, the further up the ball I'm going, there isn't any. So it makes it look like the bottom is faulty or something. Yes, I've got new neighbours, but I haven't seen them. I can't really see them that way because they've got hedges in between us. No, I don't make sock slippers. I have done in the past. But I haven't had enough. Well, I'm not a person who goes out of my way to get to know new neighbours. I mean, maybe I'll see them eventually, but I'll let them settle in. I don't know whether I am or I'm not, but I know she's been an awkward little. Oh, the baby. Right, yeah, I'm with you now, yeah. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, I'm doing well. But she was being a bit of an awkward person with Tony before the sale finally went through. So I think that maybe have coloured my judgment a little bit about how I'm going to be with her. So I'm just staying out of her way for the moment. You know, she put up a lot of awkward things in Tony's path before he finally sold. So we shall see. They keep trying to give me parcels for her, the post people. I keep saying, nope, don't know her, take them back, don't want them. I mean, I normally take parcels in for people, but it's a bit awkward when you don't know who they are. So I'm not starting taking parcels in for them. They'll have to go to the post office and collect them like everybody else does. Postmen are so used to me taking everybody's parcel in, but it's different when you know people, isn't it? But I'm not taking strangers' parcels in. They may not want me to anyway. It's a bit, you know, sort of personal, isn't it? Somebody you don't know taking your parcels in. So I just said, no, sorry. Don't know them. I don't know if that's their name. I don't even know who they are. I tell you, I'm not letting her go. I'm going to lie across the front of her bonnet, so not let her drive away. You can't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm hoping it won't be for a couple of years yet. She just keeps talking about it. Do I have any pets? I don't have a pet of my own, but I do doggy daycare for little Gigi, who's actually here at the minute. fast asleep on my chair in the front room. So his parents have gone out for the evening, so I've had him since tea time. That reminds me, he probably needs to go out for a wee. I used to have a boxer cross until he passed away 3 years ago, and I sometimes look after my son's dog, who's a German Shepherd cross. She's called Poppy. And then I used to look after the dog next door, but of course he's not here now. Oh, hi, Lydia. So I'm missing little Buddy from next door now. Because he pops in all the time, and I used to pop in and let him out for a wee when his daddy was at work. Yeah. And Akita, yeah, there used to be an Akita across the road before they moved out. It hated me, though. It used to bite me. The reason was, you see, I was the one who always saw it get out over the fence, and I used to always grab it and ring them up and say, your dog's out. So he hated me because I was always the one who dragged at his collar and dragged him back from up the road, down the road, because I knew if he disappeared that they'd never get him back again. So I used to bring him back and tie him up. And yeah, Buster and my brother died 3 years ago. Yeah, seems a long time in some respects, and yet not long in another. Yeah, I lost my brother the day after I lost the dog, so it was a double whammy that week. SantaCon. No, we don't have it here. We don't have a lot of traditions that you have here in the UK. We're all a miserable lot. It's like we don't really have, what's it called? Halloween, like you do. People don't bother so much about Halloween. It's just the kids that get dressed up occasionally. Or the adults use it as a good excuse to, dress up spooky for a night. Right, that won't go across the row. You ate all the sweets, did you, Jenny? I didn't buy any. I got news for you. Turned the light off and sat in the back. Wearing Santa hats. Oh. Sounds like the kind of thing that would appeal to teenagers, but like I'm too old for all that sort of stuff. That was my chair that squeaked, by the way, in case you thought it was me. We have enough binge drinking here in Manchester. It's a problem at times. I'm not against any youngsters having fun, but they just seem to get so drunk. They get so crazy and aggressive, and I don't know why they think it's fun. To get absolutely legless and cause trouble. I mean, when I was young, people used to get drunk, I presume. I didn't, but I mean, I presume people got drunk. But there was never any occasional fights between two blokes, But they used to just slug it out between them and nobody else interfered, if you know what I mean. If two guys were having a fight, then two guys had a fight. But now it just turns into a big mob convention where they all start hitting each other and it's like a bar fight. But they're so violent, some of the youngsters today. I just really do not understand it all. Oh, here's my little Gigi. I can hear his little bell. What are you doing, Gigi? You right, Puppet? Gigi, you right, love? Maybe he wants to go to the bathroom. Well, not the bathroom, the garden. Gigi. No, he's not. Yeah, I won't go into Manchester anymore, especially at the weekend. I won't go in after dark anywhere. You know, I mean, my niece and my sister-in-law still go to the theatre and things like that. Or to the cinema if there's a good film on, but I won't go. It scares me too much now. Gigi. No, he's not coming. I could hear his little, not a bell thing, but you know that little medallion they wear around the neck. I could hear that jingling, so I thought he was getting ready to come in to say hello, but obviously not. He's obviously settled back down again. Yeah, the dog tag around his neck. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. So obviously, no, I'm not. Oh, God, I would hate that. At least they look for a bathroom over here. They just pee in a grid or something. Pee in the street, it's just not nice. When they get drunk. I've never ever been that drunk out in public. Maybe I'm just a stick in the mud, I don't know, but I hate to lose control. You know, I would hate to lose control, especially if I was out in public, yeah. Totally embarrassing. But youngsters today don't seem to. I watch, you know, these inside the ambulance programs and things like that on the TV, and those 999 on the front line. Oh, some of the antics that some of the young ones get up to today. I wouldn't have dreamt of doing that in my... I know I'm an old buddy, but... Hi, Julie. I'm sure even my son's age group, you know, they didn't get up to stuff like that. You know, they got a bit merry and a bit drunk and that, but I don't remember our Ian getting all bunched up in fights and stuff. And going to town and having a mass brawl, you know. Being so legless he couldn't stand up. I just don't see why they go out deliberately to get drunk. I just don't see the joy in it all. I'd much prefer to remember where I've been and what I've been up to. But I'm old-fashioned, I know. Oh, hi there, Claudia. The biggest changes that I've seen in crochet is actually the advent of lots of crochet books and crochet magazines, which there wasn't any when I was younger. When I was younger, you had a hard time to actually find a pattern. And of course, one of the biggest changes of all was the advent of Ravelry and YouTube. And I think that's the two things that are the biggest changes. I mean, when I learned to crochet and I was crocheting when I was younger, there was nothing at all for me to, there was only looking in shop windows and, you know, trying to see what the latest trend was. So those are the biggest changes I've seen, is the advent of Ravelry and YouTube, I think, which has led to lots of crochet magazines and things like that. So does that answer your question okay? Or were you thinking for something different? And also that crochet has become more fashionable, I think. That it's now not seen as just an old lady's craft of making doilies, you know. I mean, when I first started crocheting when I was about 13, 14, it was like, what are you doing that for? Old ladies do that. They make mats. You know, they just thought I was weird, yeah. Yes, I had to design what I wanted to crochet back in the day. I think that's why I do a lot of my own things now, even because I learned to crochet actually using paper patterns for sewing was how I learned to crochet, and crocheting around sweaters that I had that were the right size for me. I used to lay them flat on the table and crochet to the shape of them. Yeah, I think Ravelry and YouTube, yeah, are the greatest things, yes. Hi, Kendall. Oh, thank you, G-Man. I wish I was, no, I don't wish I was 21 again. I don't want to go through that again. I'd like to be back in my 50s again. Do things a little bit differently. Hello, Mark. Over 50, yes, I'm actually 73, dear. Yeah, I came in at the beginning, Claudia, when crochet was just in its infancy. Before, it was all trimmings for towels and sofa, you know, back support things, what they call them, an armrest to save your sofa getting, because men used to wear hair cream, like Brill cream in those days, and it used to mark the back of the sofa when they put the head back. So people used to crochet, you know, the sofa cover backs. And well, first of all, they used to call them antimacassars because macassar oil was what they used to put on their hair. So in the Victorian times, they called them antimacassars. And almost every house I went to had like crochet things on the back of the sofa or embroidered cotton with a crochet edging. They were all what people did. So when I first started crocheting, they were kind of like the only patterns that were around, were for mats and doilies and things like that. Oh, vintage patterns, yeah. They say for large sizes, and it's like 38 bust. I find them easy to follow because that's what I was brought up with. That's the way I learned to crochet. I prefer the less instructions rather than more. Yeah. My earrings are actually not what I was wearing. I was actually wearing gold earrings, but I flicked one off and I have looked all over the floor and I can't find it. So these are just a pair of cheap ones I just put in my ears temporarily, but I can't wear them because the junk, I can only wear gold. Yeah. Yeah, antimacassars, yeah, that's what they were called. I got a book. It's not a Victorian book. It's excerpts from Victorian patterns that have been like revamped, and it's got lots and lots of patterns. You know, that are really, really, really old. And when you get to what you need to buy, it says purloin, 2 ounces of Berlin wool. Purloin, it doesn't say buy. Purloin. I'd forgotten all about Vitapoint, yeah. My mum used to use Vitapoint on her hair because she always had a perm and it made her hair very dry. I've never had that problem. I've got very creasy hair. Yeah. Yeah, but I love the history of like crochet and stuff. My first books were from James Walters and Sylvia Gosh, or Kosh, was she called? I can't remember. Yeah, that's what I used to do, Claudia. I used to use a bought sweater that fitted me and crochet around it, sort of leaving room for it to, you know, kind of stretch. Or, all right, Nikki, you know, you have to give it room to stretch, especially if you're crochet into a paper pattern. That I mean, some of the very first books I ever got was a big book my mum used to get imported for me from the US when I was about 17. It was called McCall's Knit and Crochet. And of course, I used to get really in a knot with them because I crochet to English terms, and I didn't realize at the time that American, you know, terms were differently. So I used to get into a bit of a knot with the patterns. And also, like, I had no idea what a G-hook was and things like that. So it was a little bit awkward, but I still used to love them. I still got them, actually. They fall into pieces. They're in shreds. But it amuses me because I keep seeing them on Etsy, the patterns that somebody's like photocopied or whatever, and they're selling them. And I think, yeah. And I find my books. I've got some of those. Yeah, I mean, I've got oh, talking about that, just saying before you came on that the latest copy of Inside Crochet, somebody's put 2 or 3 patterns from that magazine for sale on eBay. Yeah, I mean, I've got lots and lots and lots of patterns that I wouldn't part with, and I certainly wouldn't photocopy them and put them for sale. Yeah. All right, Isaac, we'll see you next week. Oh, dippity do. Yeah, it used to set like concrete, that stuff on your hair. Oh. He took the roller out and it was like when he was trying to comb it through. You're having a blueberry bagel. That sounds interesting. The bagels here in the UK, unless you go to a Jewish shop, are horrible. They're like rubber. But if you can get them freshly made from a Jewish bakery, they're gorgeous, yeah. But yeah, I started my crocheting, Claudia, when I was about 13. So that's 60 years ago. And I used to crochet for a boutique back in the day. Crocheting hot pants and mini skirts and bikinis in gold, gold fingering, yeah. So if you want to know anything about vintage patterns, I am the girl. I've got them all. Yeah, it used to make my Vitapoint used to make my hair go even more greasy than it was, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could probably make a little sideline photocopying some of my vintage patterns and putting them for sale on eBay, but I just won't. It just seems wrong. I know that they're very, very old patterns and they're probably not in copyright anymore, but I'd be the one that gets pulled up, you know, and the other people sell really brand new ones with copies. I don't do that. I stopped going on Ravelry for that because everybody was always saying, oh, can you send me a copy of that pattern? Can you send me a copy of that? And I just won't. I won't send copies out. Or people used to say to me, I like that pattern, but it's in a book, and I don't want to buy the book. And I'd say, well, I'm sorry, but I'm on a pension and I've had to buy the book. So there is no way I'm doing you a copy of like one of sort of Doris Chan patterns out of the book. And I'm not. I just don't do that at all. Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of the patterns, you know, I just wouldn't take a chance, honestly, Claudia. because I'd be the one who picked the wrong pattern and picked one that was under copyright, you know. So there's no way I would do that. Greetings, Mehmet. But I really annoy people when I'm using my vintage patterns and they go, can I have a copy of the pattern? Where did you get it from? And I say, well, I got it from my shop about like 50 odd years ago. No. They're no longer around, like listers are no longer around. There weren't many crochet patterns, Rebecca, around and about. Yeah, exactly. I'll only send a copy if I don't want the pattern. Like, for example, when I get these free gifts, you know, from the magazines, I don't make these amigurumi things. But what I do is I cut the actual pattern out of my magazine and send them to people with the wool, like the toy pattern that comes with it. And but in that case, I'm not making a copy. I'm actually giving them my copy of it because I'm not going to use it. Yeah. Will I make you wear a sweater? No, not unless you don't want to. Is that? Oh yeah, it is Trev, isn't it? Where have you been, Trev? I had to think for a minute, and I don't know why I got mixed up with Crafty Crafter. Ian's not on today. Ian was on last week, and you weren't on. We're still waiting for video number 2, Trev. Yes, take your nightness or whatever it is you take. And yeah, you've got to be right for Monday. I'm depending on you. Who else will make me smile if you don't come, Kelly? Every time Kelly makes an arrangement to come, she either gets a cold or one of the kids is ill. So we have to keep our fingers crossed that everything goes right with her. What chocolate have I got? I've actually got a Crunch, a Nestle Crunch. But I haven't had any yet because I've still been... Yeah, Ian was looking for you last week. He was waiting for his cruise down the canal. But I don't know where he is this week. He's not been on yet. I don't like Toffee Fifi because it's got a nuts in it. I don't like nuts. I am a nut, so I don't like them. Yeah, and I've got some Pom Bears as well, and I still haven't eaten those yet. In fact, I might have a break. I've got little Gigi with me today, Trev, but he's in the other room. Hi, Cherie. I'm going to eat a little teddy bear. A rather strange little teddy bear. He's only got one leg. He's got both legs and the belly button. And the mouth and 2 eyes. Yeah, he did. It's the war with me crushing the bag. I've got another one that's a hole one, although he's got a hole in his cheek, this one. Don't know if you can see it or not. No, he's got a hole in his cheek. So where have you been, Trev? Where was you? You was missed last week. They're sort of more puffed up than the crisp. They're more, they've got less calories in than the crisp. They're gluten-free, no artificial colours and no artificial flavours. Trev was at the pub last week, was he? Well, we're entitled to. It's getting near Christmas. When I was younger, I would have been at the pub. Saturday night. That's back in the days when I had an escort. They're salty. Well, I don't know whether they've got salt in them, but they're not sweet. I'd have to put my glasses on to see whether it's got salt in. Tastes like they've got a bit of salt waved over them. Here we go, glasses on. Yeah, they've got salt in them. But they have only got 79 calories in the bag. 2 weeks on chew. Oh, don't. Mind you, I'm not going shopping, food shopping, only to the local shops. I did my last big shop today. And I've ordered my last Christmas present today from Amazon. So I've just got a couple of things I've got to make because my youngest grand niece has suddenly got into dollies. Oh, was it a package to you or a package from you? How old would she be, Jenny? "17." Oh dear. Maybe it's just got delayed, you know, with all this Christmassy stuff. No, they're not cookies, these. They're more like a crisp, or what you would call them. I don't know what you call them. Oh gosh, I wish I was selling things in a Christmas festival. I never can sell anything. I suppose it depends on what you sell. I mean, a lot of the girls that come on here sell well, but they do a lot of that amigurumis and little things. I've got to learn to start making smaller items, I think. Yeah, they are puffed up things. That's why they don't have so many. I hope you get it soon. Nothing worse than losing a parcel, is there? I've only ever lost a couple of parcels coming to me. Yeah. Oh, eBay usually make them pay me. Yeah, one of my packages sent out to America disappeared, but then it turned up about 2 weeks later. I get things from Hong Kong and stuff, so long after I've ordered. All right, Craft Angel. I'll see you later if we're still here. I'll still be here for a while because Gigi's parents will be picking him up later. They've only gone out for the evening. He's not here overnight today. I'm surprised he's not been in. Yeah, somebody will pay you back if you're with PayPal anyway. The parcel people keep trying to give me next door's parcel. I keep refusing them because I don't know new people. I don't know who they are. They're so used to me taking parcels in for the street that they think it's easier to, yeah, with Visa. China's sort of hit and miss with me. I mean, the only times things haven't arrived, I have got my money back from eBay. But other things, if they're just about £1 or something, I can't be bothered. And then they turn up eventually months later. Grey hair's quite in vogue, especially on guys. It makes women look old, but it makes men look distinguished. Oh, hi, Martha Stewart fan. Yeah, when you think about all the men that people consider to be sexy, like, you know, George Clooney and people like that, they've all got grey hair, haven't they? But you think of how many women are considered to be sexy with grey hair. Not many. I wanted to be white, but I gave up in the end and dyed it red. It just wasn't getting there. Yeah. No, I wanted to be grey here, Claudia. But it wasn't going grey. It was just... I think it's easier than it used to be now, Christina, because some women actually dye their hair grey now. I was thinking of doing that with mine, but it would have been too much upkeep. So I decided to go red instead. I was fed up of being blonde because it was ruining my hair. I'd been blonde for about 15 years, and it was gradually, my hair was breaking off and dropping out after all the constant bleaching. So I thought, I'll grow it out. I'll grow it out. But when I grew it out, it was brown with just bits and pieces. But I wanted to be white and silver like my mum was. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I would love white hair. I would love it. Yeah, I was going to either go red or purple, but I decided to go red instead. I don't think people would have been ready for me with purple hair. Besides which, my daughter-in-law, oh, what on earth is all this junk? My daughter-in-law has purple hair sometimes, and I didn't want her to think I was trying to copy her. Oh, I've got my turkey neck already. I've got my wobbly neck and the turkey bit, yeah. Mm. My mum had 2 white streaks either side, and I've got them underneath this red bit. I've got them. No, I would welcome it. I would welcome to be a lovely shade, and then I wouldn't have to bother dyeing it or doing anything. But when my hair was dark, I just felt so dreary. After being blonde for 15 years, and I went this horrible sort of browny colour. It just wasn't me. It was getting me depressed. And we were going to the supermarket one day, and my niece says, that's it. Come on, we're getting some dye. We're doing your hair. She was, it's not you. I keep looking at you with this funny hair, and I'm not looking at you. Is the vodka in here? No, it's orange juice. Hate to disappoint you. I would love to be a great grey colour. I'm not dyeing it because I don't want to be grey. I do want to be grey. I was the only person who wanted to be grey. But my hair was like a very dull brown when it came through, with just a few odd streaks of grey. So I could do with a bit of vodka in there, actually. I do have some, but I didn't think to put any in there. I did get some chocolate juice, but oh, look at that. I'm getting old. I'm getting bleed. Oh, my lipstick's bleeding. Oh, got a raggy mouth. I might do. The last one I do before Christmas will be the 22nd, so maybe I'll have a drink then. You got free light bulbs? How come you got free light bulbs? I think I got some free light bulbs years ago. When they wanted us to change our light bulbs to those low energy ones. I plugged them in, I couldn't see a bloody thing. Low energy, yeah. I had to buy a craft light, I couldn't see a darn thing. I think they want us old people to go blind. Couldn't see anything. I object though, going in a supermarket and the only blooming light bulbs they have are these flipping ones at £6 and £7 each. I've got a few shawl books, Linda, but the one we've ordered isn't out yet. Well, it isn't out in England yet. Kelly's ordered the same one. I can't think what it's called now. Delicate Shawls, I think it's called, or something. £1 and a pence. It's our currency. £1 is similar to your dollars. Pence, I suppose, is similar to your cents, yeah. Oh, yeah, except for the one I've got facing my house. It shines in the bedroom. I can't remember what it's called. I pre-ordered it. Kelly sent me an Amazon token and I ordered this book and she'd ordered it as well. Doesn't matter because we both have the same books. Sometimes she'll show me a book and if I like it, I'll order it. Same with Sue. You haven't had a free light bulb yet? You're not missing anything, Shad, because the ones I got given me were so pathetic. I couldn't see anything. Couldn't see the way across the room with mine. That might be it too. I know it's not out here until between December 22nd and January 22nd, it said. So that might be the one we've ordered. I order a lot of shawl pattern books and then I don't use half the patterns in them. I still go to the side. But I like that new pattern that Bob Wilson's done. Bob Wilson 123. Kelly's just done it, but she's done hers in a like one of those cakes, an ice cake. And it looks nice in all different colours. But the one that Claire's done, oh my goodness, I probably lost about £5. Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting Claire beginning of the year when we went to Woolfest. She is such a lovely person. I was like in awe of meeting. It was like, oh, I'm meeting Claire, you know, the Bob Wilson 123. But she's absolutely such a lovely person. No airs and graces, no anything. She's absolutely lovely. I felt like I'd known her all my life. It was really nice. She's very down to earth, yeah. She's so funny. And she's so tiny. Slim and tiny. You've earned $70. That's nice. Oh, bye, Dawn. Oh, God. Do anybody else keep getting these Bitcoin adverts? I don't have any spare money to buy Bitcoin with. If I had any spare money, I'd be buying yarn. What the heck do I want Bitcoin for? I've never used a knitting loom, actually. Oh, you're off now, Julie. Good night. Thank you for calling. Come again soon. Yeah, I've never done a knitting loom. I did think about it when my shoulders were really bad a couple of years back. And I couldn't knit or crochet for quite a while because I'd done something to my shoulder. But I've never used. Yeah, see you next week, Julie. I've never used a knitting loom. I've used one of those little knitty things when I was a kiddie. You know, the ones with like 4 little pegs where you go around and you make a long tube. Sydney woods are very expensive, but if you ever watch Dina, what's she called? Something to do with cats, she's called. But she swears by those Cindy Wood ones, yeah. I mean, if you get the right size and you only want to make a hat, you've only got to buy like the one, haven't you, for a while? Unless you start buying. I don't think Trev's on here, you know. Because Trev is cheeky crafter, not crafty crafter. So I don't think Trev's on here, actually. Which means he's been missing for 2 weeks in a row. And we need a note from his mum. Things you think are made in the UK or made in the US, when you get down to it all, very seldom anything's made in the country that we think they're made in. I mean, when I'm searching for things on eBay and that, I always put UK only, like, yeah. But half the time, you know, I get, you know, you get them and they're made in Hong Kong, China, wherever, yeah. Yeah, unless you actually know the firm. It's like knitting yarn. It's hard to find any knitting yarn that's not made in Turkey. You know, it doesn't matter where you buy it from, Serdar or anywhere like that. You know, when you look down at the nitty-gritty, it's made in Turkey. If ever they put an embargo on things coming in from Turkey, you know, if we ever leave the EU and whatever it is like that. I don't think Turkey's in the EU, is it? But, you know, things would go up price and there'd be nothing. Crafty is a lady in the US. Cheeky Crafter is Trev in the UK. I think I'm right with that. Oh, Canadian American, yeah, that's it. No, Trev is Cheeky Crafter, which I don't think he's been on. Or if he was, he's been and gone, oh, look at my lipsticks all. I can tell you're getting old when you start getting lines. I was making Kelly laugh when I said I'm getting a cat's bum mouth. You know, the little... I'm surprised, actually, because I've never smoked, and they always say that's where you get them from, is you know, smoking. But I've never smoked, so... But I've still got the cat's bum mouth. Well, my shawl's grown a bit. My scarf's grown a bit. I wish I was a middle-aged lady living in anywhere. Instead of an old crow living in England. Still, you should be happy with what you've got. At least I'm still here. A lot of people my age are not, so I should be like grateful for that. Small mercies. Oh, gosh, it's never stopped. Oh, it could have been too much kissing, Virginia. I never thought about that. Maybe I did a bit more like that. It's been horrible for the last 3 or 4 days. It's not just been rain, it's been hammering it down. Oh, the truth comes out, yes. Maybe it was all the kissing I did, yes. Windy last night, yeah, could not. Yeah. I was trying my best to get to sleep. Trying to... yeah, if ever they put yarn on a ration, I'll be all right. I'll be on the black market. It's like Sue was saying, I'll have a big overcoat going, psst, do you want to buy some yarn? Psst, do you want to buy some yarn? No, it was really, really howling. I put the duvet over my ears. I get wet through on my scooter because I seem to go into the rain, you know, as it's coming back towards me. I get absolutely soaking. And I hate being in that bubble thing they give me. It gives me claustrophobia. It's like you're under plastic and you've got to look through this little hole thing here. You still get drowned. You know, the rain runs in down your neck and everywhere. A British yarn. I've got relatives somewhere in Vancouver, I think. I think they're in Vancouver. I'm not very good with geography, as you probably gathered. Oh, West Yorkshire Spinners. Yeah, that's been around a little while, that, yeah. I've never used any of their wool yet. They do a lot of wool, which I don't usually buy because it makes me itch. So I'm not a yarn snob because wool makes me itchy twitchy. I've tried alpaca, I've tried everything, I've tried all sorts, and I still itch. I've itched with wool since I was a little girl. The only place I can wear wool is on my feet or on my hands. And even then, my hands sometimes go itchy. And when I crochet with wool, I get like dermatitis between my fingers. I've had to learn to stop calling. Everything in the UK is wool. Doesn't matter if it's made of acrylic or anything, it's wool. Yeah. No, alpaca makes me itch, and also I wouldn't be any good at washing it. To be honest with you, I'd hate to have to hand wash everything. This kind of weather, big sweaters and that, trying to dry. Yeah, Loops is an expensive shop in London. I've never been. Yeah, I always call it wool. But I have to say yarn when I'm talking to anybody in America, because when you say wool, they think it's proper wool, and it isn't. You went to Knit City. I like watching Z, you know. Oh yeah, I'm still alive. No, it's not a needle. Or people say, why are you knitting with one needle? We're not knitting with one needle, it's crochet. It's got a hook on the end of it. But you have to smile sweetly, don't you? And try not to punch them in the face. Oh, they always go, oh, my mum used to knit, or my grandma used to knit. We're not knitting, we're crocheting. No, I'm not anti-knitting at all. It's just, I don't like it being called knitting when it's crocheting. And I mean, people who should know better, you know, when they show people on dramas and things like that, that are supposed to be knitting when they're actually crocheting or the other way around. The only one that gets it right is Miss Marple. At least they get her knitting, and she's always knitting the same thing. I often wonder when they're doing continuity, whether the lady who plays Miss Marple has to keep pulling it back, you know, to get it into the right place again for continuity. But she does knit very slow, the actress who plays Miss Marple, whichever one it is. So she only ever seems to get across half of a row. I used to love to knit, but my shoulder and my arm injuries. In fact, I've got some patterns to do. I think I told you my great niece has got a dolly. She wants some clothes for it, but they're knitted patterns for her tiny tears. Oh, hi, Patricia. So I'll be knitting those really, because crochet is a little bit open for tiny fingers. You know, when they're trying to get things down the dolly's arm down. Yeah, Zia's actually been doing a little bit of knitting, hasn't she? You're drinking the devil's brew tea. Oh, when I was, when my niece and my son were young, I used to make all the dolly's clothes, blankets. I used to knit Action Man sweaters and all sorts of things. I used to sew him sleeping bags and everything. But back in the day, we didn't have a tremendous amount of money. Oh, hello, Iranki. So I had to make things, yeah. The actual clothes that you bought for like Action Man was so expensive, and they were so badly made they used to fall apart. All the little studs, press fasteners, whatever you want to call them, used to fall off. I'm from Manchester in the UK. You waiting for your hens? Not many people keep hens over here. It's sort of like a, what do you call it? Not a rural area, the opposite, urban area. My granddad used to keep hens. They used to roost when it went dark. Is it not dark over there yet? Because you have to make them roost because there's foxes knocking about, isn't there? Yeah. Well, they're still walking about in the dark. My granddad's hens used to put themselves to bed when it was dark. What do you want to know what my name is? Yeah, we never see any sweaters, but if I see sweaters in kind of our shops and that, they're machine-made ones, and they've usually been cut and sewn, you know, rather than seamed up the side. So if you were to try to unravel them, they've been used an overlocker, what you call it, a serger. They've used them. Yes, whistle. So I just wouldn't be able to undo them, yeah. There's never any like hand knitted things in the. Well, we don't have a Goodwill. We just have charity shops. But so few people around here seem to craft or knit or crochet around here at all. So there's never any patterns, yarn, hooks, anything to buy, you know. You finished 2 hats about 3 this morning. I started being firm with myself and making myself go to bed. Yeah, I saw that, but I was thinking that, you know, he must, you know, find the ones that have been sort of stitched together rather than cut. A lot of machine-made sweaters today they make one big piece and then they cut them, you know, where the ragrams are and everything. Oh, in World War II, I mean, I was brought up with the mentality that you unravel things. My mother used to refoot socks, which people today would find highly hilarious, you know. because men used to wear their socks quite high up their legs. So there was kind of like one ball from the heel upwards and another ball that way. So she used to put new feet in the socks. Yeah, you need to get yourself a shaped pillow or something, you know, to help your neck. I've got one of those, a special sort of, what do you call it, like a memory foam pillow thing that's shaped for my neck. She wants you to teach you to do what, Linda? Knit or crochet? Yeah, it's terrible when your relatives start losing it. They just have moments of clarity, then the next minute they're saying, who are you? Why did you come and visit me? Who are you? I went through all that. Do I know you? It's very sad when it's your own parents. Yeah, my parents are gone now. Been gone quite a while, actually. Yeah, I mean, kids today think they're poor if they don't have all the latest, you know, sort of technology. I mean, they don't know what it means to be poor. I mean, I never knew what it was like to be actually dirt poor. Our parents were poor, but at least we had a house and we had food. We just didn't have any luxuries, you know. But I mean, there are people who are terribly poor. Didn't have shoes, didn't have anything. You know, that is really being poor. But today's children or teenagers or even young people don't know what it's like. You know, like I said, they think they're poor if they haven't got the latest trainers, the latest jeans. You know, we never had anything. Well, we didn't even ask for anything with a label. We wouldn't have got it. I mean, anything we ever had, we had to work for. That's why I crocheted and knitted from being a very young age. And when we managed to get money to start our first, why do you want me to say your name? What is all this about saying my name? Oh, going out to eat. The most we ever got to go out to eat was the chip shop. Johnny Tacos. And now you're going to go because I can't be coping with all these trolls. What is all this? I've never actually been homeless. That's one thing I can always say. We always had a house. Oh, God, the trolls are out. Am I alive? No, I'm dead. What do you think? Is it the witching hour yet or something? No, I'm not talking about you, Virginia. I'm talking about these others that are making rude comments. Yeah, my cousins gave me clothes when I was a kid. I think that's why I shop on eBay and buy my clothes, a lot of my clothes second hand, because I'm not bothered. They're new to me. All right, Shalene. Have a nice weekend. Yeah. I can remember houses that had been damaged in the war, but I don't remember. Obviously, the war was over when I was born just right at the end of the war. I was conceived during the war, but I was born right at the very end of the war. But I mean, there were lots and lots of properties and houses all around me when I was growing up that had been bombed. No, my big wrench crew are not in today, Tony. I don't know. They're letting me down. No Sean, no Ian. Kelly's gone to bed. So I'm on my own here trying to control all these trolls. Oh, sure a fly just went past then. Well, I only remember Vietnam as like on the news, really. You know, the UK wasn't as involved as the US was. I was thinking back, we were talking about this the other day. I presume my granddads were in the war, but I don't actually know, to be quite honest. Who's manning the whistle today? I think it's me. Me manning the whistle today. Sean's missing. Cheeky Crafter's missing. Ian's missing. Kelly's gone to bed. Who else has got one? Somebody else has got one. They're not here. No, I've got nobody to ask now because all my mum's sort of generation have all gone. So there's nobody I can ask whether my granddads were in the war. No, that's not. No, Shad is somebody completely different. No, Trevor is Cheeky Crafter. Yeah, the nearest thing I remember was getting really upset about Fidel Castro. I really thought we were going to go to war. You know, back, that's the first thing I ever knew about kind of war after World War II. Well, I grew up with World War II stories, obviously, because I was born just at the end of the war. But the nearest I got scared, I was a teenager, and Fidel Castro started making threats and, to President Kennedy. That's when I got scared. I thought we were all going to go to war again. No, I mean, it was very fresh in everybody's mind when I was growing up. Oh, thank you, Christy. Yes, things were rationed. I don't kind of really remember it as much. Oh, that'll be Gigi's parents saying they're on the way to get him. Can't read it because I can't see it. That's the trouble when you get phones with little writing. What's she saying here? We're on the tram now. Just answer them. They're coming to get him in a little while. Right. I've got a phone that makes weird noises. Yeah, they're on their way to get him. They're on the train. Yeah, I was brought up in rationing, yeah. But don't forget, when you're brought up in rationing, you don't know any different because I just grew up thinking it was normal. I mean, my dad had we used to call it a hen pen because he had hens. And he used to grow a few vegetables and that. My granddad grew vegetables and he had hens, so we had eggs from them. And my dad was a butcher, so he used to bring home like bones with a bit of meat on them, and mum used to make a lot of stews or soups or whatever you want to call them. So I can honestly say I didn't really notice. The rationing didn't go off until I was about probably about 5, I think. But I never missed the sweets rationing because when you've never been used to having bags and bags of sweets given to you, you don't miss not having them because you just... It must have been worse for people who had sweets and chocolates and everything like that. And then it went on to ration and they couldn't get them anymore. That must have been harder. You know. Oh, yeah, my mum used to put dumplings into soups to stretch it out a bit. You know, a big wadgy dumpling used to give you a slice of bread like to dip in the soup, yeah. It's to do with the sugar. Sugar was rationed, so chocolate was rationed because it had sugar, and sweets were rationed because they had sugar. Anything that had... It was the sugar that was rationed. Oh, good night, Virginia. Yeah, I hope you can do it again, yeah. Yeah, I think I mentioned last week that although my dad was in the war, he never actually saw kind of action because he was a gunner, and he never... The only time he went out of this country was to Germany when the war was just over. He went on what they call a sweeping up operation. So that's when he was in Germany, was actually when the fighting was over. When they didn't need him on the gunners anymore. He then became a tank, not a tank driver, what do they call them? Like a Land Rover thing. What do they call them? I can't think what they do. People carrier thing, whatever. He used to drive those because he had the license to drive a big one. Oh yeah, tell you what, you could do things with the cabbage, yeah. Cauliflower with cheese on it as a meal, yeah. I don't mean as a vegetable, I mean as a meal. It's amazing what you can do. Oh, God. Yes, I do like all these animals, but I don't want to talk about them right now. Or bread and butter pudding, yeah. Stale bread with milk and raisins or currants and things like that. Although dried fruit was on a ration, but you have to save it, yeah. Yeah, by the 80s, I think, there was no kind of rationing you could. I mean, today, if you choose what you eat, you can eat a lot cheaper than I do. I mean, I don't eat cheaply because I don't cook. But like when you do cook, you can spread a bit of mincemeat round and do a lot of things. I mean, today's modern mums don't know how to cook a lot of them, and that's why they can't make the money stretch around. I mean, even the poorer people on benefits and that still have more money than what our parents did. Oh, I've just banned him. I don't remember pasta at all when I was young. I don't think it made it to England, pasta. It was, as my dad would say, foreign muck. I mean, it took a long, long time before people in the UK ate rice and it wasn't in a rice pudding. What do you mean you eat rice for a meal, Even when I was first married, I never made anything with rice. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's have a look what message we've got now. Put the glasses on because I can't read a thing without it. Yeah, about quarter of an hour they'll be coming. They're just on the tram. That's the metro. I'll get him ready to go to his daddy in a bit, yeah. No, I mean, today's mums don't cook, do they? Then they wonder why their money doesn't spin around. It's just home economics or whatever you want to call it. They don't do it anymore. How to eat on a budget, how to... I mean, flipping out, what's wrong with beans on toast and stuff like that? Why do today's mums have to give them McDonald's and KFCs and all that sort of stuff? Yeah, I usually make chili from scratch if I do make it, but... Oh, I know. I've got friends who throw things away because the button's dropped off. I'm like, what? Give it here. So, have you got the button? Yeah, so I'll give it here. Sew it on. Yeah, I could do with a nice neighbour who cooks living next door to me. I mean, Julie, bless her heart, even when she was really poorly before she died, she used to make a lot of soup. And she'd always bring me a bowl of soup. Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with a bit of mash and a bit of mincemeat and a bit of anything like that? Oh, today's mums are too busy. I'm going to get in trouble here, but they're too busy, you know, on Facebook and doing the faces and their hairs and things like that, looking like glamour models when they're going out. Gosh, when my baby was little, I didn't have time to comb my hair half the time. Yeah, children shouldn't be having diabetes unless it's the kind that, you know, they have anyway. Is it type 1 that they get? That's nothing to do with nothing to do with the diet, is it? You know, I mean, I should talk because I am diabetic, but that's my own fault for making wrong decisions with food. But I wasn't diabetic when I was younger. It's only since I've been 70 that I eat a lot of rubbishy stuff now. I really should make more effort to cook more meals. I'm terrible. I buy things that. Oh yeah, when I was a family, you know what I mean. When we were a family, when we used to have a full chicken, and we used to eat it hot Sunday, eat it cold on Monday. Then I used to make stew with all the bones and the little bits of meat. Oh, over here, the mothers tend to give them a sausage roll, if you know what a sausage roll is. They go into the bread shop and buy a sausage roll. And you see them stuffing their faces, or they give them a cake or something, you know, equally. Yeah, how do they afford to feed children? Yeah, I think some babies do tend to, whether they're breastfed or bottle fed, they tend to be a little bit on the chunky side. I mean, my son never was. He was a bit lean, but now he's fatter. But of course, it's his food choices now, and I've got nothing to do with that anymore, have I? But he's always tended to go to the fatter side. I suppose it's like me, isn't it? But I was so skinny when I was young, really, really skinny when I was little. Mine was after I had a hysterectomy, I started piling weight on. Hormones or whatever they want to call it, middle-aged spread. I tried my best to do a little veggie garden, but now I can't bend. And I haven't got a garden big enough to do a raised bed. Yeah, you could do wonderful things with a chicken. Yeah, I mean, school meals and college meals are not exactly the best, are they? No, I'm just plain fat. I said that to the doctor and he said, you can say that, but I can't say that. I don't want to be obese. I think that's horrible. I'd rather just be fat. Chubby or fat. Obese makes me sound like I weigh about 600 pounds. I was quite skinny until I had the hysterectomy and I started piling the weight up. Oh my goodness, I dread to think how many pounds I am over my maximum BMI. Probably about 100. I know what it is with me, though. It isn't so much that I eat and eat and eat. Yeah, I'm eating chocolate today, and yes, I'm eating junk. Well, that's my Saturday treat. But I'm sedentary and I don't move about. When I used to walk the dog, I didn't have any weight on me then when I used to walk the dog twice a day. But what are you supposed to do, crafty crafter? What are you supposed to do? Put him in mittens, tie his hands behind his back? What are you supposed to do? I mean, Jenny, sorry. Hi, Blossom. You know, it's sort of something that gives him comfort, obviously, isn't it? Or, yeah, gaffer tape would be a good idea, but you can't do that. Yeah, my knees have gone a long time ago. I had an artificial one put in on the right knee, but it's never been right. So I refuse to have the left knee done. I mean, you can't watch him every minute of the day, Jenny. I suppose he does it when you're not watching him. No, it's got just a shell stitch under a raised treble in between. Yeah, if I had a bigger garden, I would like some raised beds. Not an awful lot, just enough to grow a bit of something. But my garden is so live with a video tour. Oh, they've been trying to do the child obesity problem for a long time over here, but I mean, it's like talk to the wall with the parents half the time. You talk to some of the mothers and you can see why the kids are fat, because the mothers just are in denial. You know, I mean, I know what I do wrong. I'm not in denial. I'm just being stupid. You know, but I'm not like one of these people who says, like, I don't know why I'm big. I don't know why I'm fat. You know, and if anybody tries to give me advice and, you know, I get all uppity and everything like that, which I don't. Because I know exactly what I should be doing. It's just the fact that I don't, you know. If you hear the doorbell go and I disappear for a couple of minutes, it's because Gigi's daddy will be coming to get him. No, it's just difficult when you... Oh, he's doing well there. Oh, we're gone. Blossom, he's doing well there. Well, the Queen's always watched her weight. She's always ate organic and what have you got. No, but you've only got to see a lot of the young ones. Even in their strollers, prams, whatever you want to call them. They've always got a fistful of something to eat. I don't see this constant obsession with feeding kids. Kids do not starve if they have their meals on time. They don't need sweet snacks, bags of crisps, God knows what, while they're just out and about. It's just a habit you get them into. I mean, a lot of the food I eat is because I snack and it's wrong. I don't eat an awful lot. I just eat everything that's wrong. But I admit it. I'm not in denial. I know exactly why I'm overweight. Yeah, the fruit juice is probably full of sugar. You're right there. I don't exercise at all, which is bad, because you should do something if it's only a bit of swimming or something. I don't have a lot of juice, Crafty Crafter. Well, I do like orange juice from time to time. It's not a daily thing. Hello. I'm wanted again. Right, let me get him sorted. See you in a min. Right, that means I should better go and open the door. So just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I will be back. I've just got to go and open the door for Gigi's daddy. Oh, Gigi, honey, your daddy's coming. Daddy's coming. Oh, oh, it's rainy. Oh. What did you miss in the last 2 hours? Not an awful lot, really, Blossom. It's the same. Oh, gosh, it's cold out there. He said he was going to be there in a minute, but he was a bit longer than a minute, and we were still at the door waiting for him, and it was cold, and it was raining, and it was horrible. Oh, what have you been buying, Joyce, if you've just come back from Hobby Lobby? Excuse me, I'm just trying to warm up. Ooh. Bright and sunny. It's blowing a gale here, and it's blooming freezing out there. I was only at the doorstep in the porch. I wasn't actually in the rain, but it was still flipping cold and horrible. Even Gigi didn't want to go out. He was fast asleep, bless his little heart. You're asking the wrong one here, Crafty Crafter, because I've never used a Cindy Wood loom. So anybody on here can give her any advice about Cindy Wood looms. I've never really fancied them, to be honest with you, except when I couldn't use my shoulder and I couldn't knit and I couldn't crochet. That was the only time I ever considered buying one. But it wouldn't have been a Cindy Wood. It would have just been an ordinary one. Cindy Woods are like the Rolls Royce, aren't they? You're covering it with lights. Will I be your mummy? No, you've got one. Why do I want to be your mummy? Oh dear. You off to bed, Jenny? Yeah, I won't be late tonight. I've got quite a lot of things planned for tomorrow, but whether they'll all come into fruition, I don't know. And my new tablet arrives tomorrow. Although I won't be doing anything with it. I'm just praying that Kelly's well enough to come on Monday. And then she can help me to set it all up. Because I'm pretty clueless when it comes to things like that. Oh, excuse me. Here I go. Yawn, yawn. Tomorrow I need to sort out that blooming crochet because I'm getting sick of not being able to hardly get into bed. It's a Kindle HD8 I'm getting. What time is it here? It's 5 to 12. I've got a little whisker off my wool. Oh, it's annoying me. You know when you get a little whisker off your wool. What am I making? I'm just making a scarf to go with the hat. Whoa, I go the wrong way every time. The hat that's there. I made a hat. Oh, yeah, it'll be going on. I've got to put some things on Etsy tomorrow. I've got to sew the little motives on the children's hats I've made, get them listed. Tell my friend her mum's cardigan's ready, and then see when she wants to come and collect everything. It's the lady who's having the mermaid tails as well. So she'll be collecting everything, so that'll be a bit less stored in my finished crocheting. I must find a bag and get them all put in there in case she wants to come tomorrow. Now I've done it, finished it. So that'll be quite a bit less. Then next week I need to wrap up the presents. What, fake flowers in Hobby Lobby? I suppose it's getting ready for Christmas, isn't it? People have been making wreaths and things like that. Oh, you're off? Right, okay, Blossom. Hopefully we'll see you next week, yeah. Yeah, those little crown things are so sweet, aren't they? You've reminded me, actually. I might make one as a little stocking filler, you know, for my little grandniece. They're like a little head warmer, aren't they? What do you call them? A headband with a little crown. Oh. Excuse me. You're off with Nibbler. Yeah, I'll be going off soon and all. It's midnight here. I'm trying to be good all this last week. I'm trying to go to bed before 1. And I've got to take my clothes out the dryer. Can't take them upstairs because I've got nowhere. Nowhere to put them in my bedroom until I clear up tomorrow. Oh, mid-40s. I wish I was in my mid-40s. That's still a young chicken. Oh, I cannot stop yawning now. I think it's telling me it's time to go. Oh. That's still quite young, 52, dear. Yeah, I'd like to be back in my 50s. I wouldn't like to be young again. I mean, young again. No, that's why I won't be going food shopping next week or the week after, because I'm not standing there in a huge line with people who've got trolleyfuls of stuff that take forever. Nope. No, I should be buying what little bits and pieces I need locally from the bread shop and stuff. I've got a freezer full of stuff, so I won't starve. So, and I've got lots of tins of soup and stuff in my pantry. And I did buy lots of cheese because I like cheese and crackers. So if all else fails, I could have cheese on toast. I am not standing there in big queues of people buying shed loads of stuff that they're going to throw away. I like hippie stores, but we don't have any around here. I wish we did. Next guest. They're not that polite over here. Celestial Seasonings. That sounds really posh. I'm just using these Celestial Seasonings. Yeah, it's getting late now, Christina. I'm going to be calling it a day in a minute. I've been on for almost 3 hours, so. Well, just telling you you're getting your exercise, Crafty. No, I'm a disgrace to the UK because I don't like tea. You came out of Michael's with no yarn. No, I was just saying I broke my yarn band today, but only because I needed white yarn. And that's all I bought, white yarn. Just plain bog standard double knitting white yarn. Right, Christina, yeah, we'll see you next time. Yes, I know it's only 5 p.m. here, but it's getting my sleepy time now. My little eyes are going, poof now. And I'm thinking if I go to bed, I can get up a bit early because I've got a lot of things to do. So I'm just hoping it's not raining tomorrow. Oh, I really hate the rain. When I open my eyes and all I can hear is the rain drumming. I've got a little bit of a flat roof where my bay window is. And it starts drumming on there. Oh, I hate that. I just feel like pulling the covers over my head, thinking, sack this for a tale, I'm going back to bed. And then I don't wake up till lunchtime and then I get annoyed. So, I get annoyed with myself for wasting half a day like I did last week. Didn't get up till lunchtime last week. Last Sunday, it was about 1 o'clock. And I hate that because I feel like I've wasted so much time. You're going to watch out for some snow. Well, I really hope you don't get much. Yeah. Oh, the UK doesn't cope with snow. You should know that we don't cope with snow at all. You know, everything shuts when we get a bit of snow. All the trains stop running, everything happens. Oh, yeah, we just don't cope with snow. Right, everybody, people, I'm going to be going now, so hopefully I will see you all next week. And I hope you all have a good weekend. You have plenty time to do your crafts. And I will see you all then. So good night, everybody, and have a great time. Thanks for joining me. Bye, y'all.